So I've been, kind of following you since a long time, and today finally I'm, got an opportunity to talk to you. So I'll just give a quick background about myself, like what exactly we are into, and come to the questions quickly. So basically, we are a software product company, and we have a software product which we are selling since the past 5 years. And the target market for the product is the restaurant and the retail industry. It's a point of sale software application. Now, seeing the market size and everything, we want to scale up. Currently, there are 400 plus installations that we have in India and in a couple of other countries also, and we intend to scale up the product. That is what the thing is. So we are looking for seed funding, seed investment for our product. Now, I wanted to understand a couple of things, that how can Startup Lanes help us in this regard, and if there is any way how you can or your company can help us, what is the process that we need to follow so we can do the required things, and a standard process. I would want to know about that part. So my first question is that.
I'll tell you about the complete process.
Ji.
We already have a set of pool of investors, right?
Okay.
There are so many investors who have taken our membership. So we have two angel networks called SL Angels and NRI Angels. SL is for domestic angel investors based in India. NRI Angels is for people who are of Indian origin, right? And they are settling abroad.
Right.
Both of these have taken the membership from our angel network, and for only one purpose. The purpose is to invest into startup.
Correct.
Reason, startup gave them a huge phenomenal return. Zomato is a very big example, right? So Sanjeev Bikhchandani sir invested 4.7 crores, that became 15,000 crores in 10 years, right? And there are so many examples, and for that purpose, angel investors are registered with us. Now, what do we do is, you have to pitch to our team first, right?
Correct.
And we are a zero rejection company. That means this entire Startup Lanes does not have a rejection model. So you will never ever be rejected, right? So in case you are not able to do it this time, you can come back later, but we will not reject you, right? So if you are fundable as per our team's evaluation, they will tell you to move ahead. You need to submit 3 documents, very important documents. Pitch deck, if you want to write down, pitch deck. This should be total 12 slides, right? And it has to be on the basis of one model called reduction model. You must have seen iPhone, right? In the iPhone, you have very less things, right? It's not messy. You have a clean environment, only single button, right? So it has to be on the basis of reduction model, so that you can focus upon the things which are necessary. You should have market size. You should have, in the market, you should have TAM, SAM, SOM, that is addressable market, obtainable, serviceable market. You need to have KPIs, your milestones. You need to show the competition. So there are 12 to 15 slides. I have written this in an article. Go to Startup Lanes website. You can find this article. I have mentioned about each slide, right?
Okay.
So this is the first document required. Second is the financial projections. Your funding requirement should exactly come from this financial projection sheet. Most of the founders make this mistake. They just imagine the amount of funding required. This does not happen, right?
Correct.
Investors need a sheet which shows your spending of money, and make sure while you make this projection, 85% or more than that money received from funding should go necessarily for customer acquisition.
Okay.
It should not go for paying your salaries. It should not go for manufacturing the products. It should not go for inventories. It should not go for paying the rent, building the infrastructure. No. It should necessarily go for acquiring the customer. Example, Facebook marketing, email marketing, or anything that you do, say campaign, which is physical campaign. You are setting up a canopy in a market, or you are sponsoring an event, right? This should directly result into customer acquisition. That's why investors fund you. So this is the second document. Your burn rate will come out every month from this sheet, right? You understand burn rate, or you want me to explain?
So honestly, there would be a difference in the understanding of burn rate. So if you can specifically define the burn rate.
Okay. See, there are 2 jargons, and I will simplify those 2 jargons for you, and I will tell this in Hindi also for people who don't understand properly in English. The first jargon is run rate, right? Run rate is nothing but your revenue. Okay.
Okay.
Run rate क्या होता है? Revenue होता है. Second is the burn rate. Burn rate is the amount of negative cash. Negative cash जो आपकी कंपनी में, suppose you have 8 lakhs of revenue and you are spending 10 lakh rupees every month. Okay.
Correct.
This 2 lakh is less. How will this 2 lakh come from? This will come from your capital.
True.
Okay. This capital requirement is coming through the funding. So you will say, okay, for next month I will be requiring 2 lakh rupees of funding. Okay. So this burn rate is the negative cash. जो कम पड़ रहा है पैसा, this is called burn rate. जो extra पैसा आप use कर रहे हो, जो capital से आ रहा है. Okay. Now you will club for next month 2 lakh, next to next month 3 lakhs, like this. If for next 18 months whatever amount comes up, this is your funding required. And investors will definitely ask you post the funding about how you are spending this, whether it is as per the projections or not. ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. You can't do this. That you show something and you do something.
Yeah. So when you say that the funding requirement should be 18 months of the burn rate, so over here, what I have so what I understand.
I'll tell you why 18 months. Okay, this will simplify. So this is called runway. बहुत सारे jargons and I'm trying to simplify. I'll create some videos to help. This is called runway. This is not the place where you fly the planes. This runway is the total time you get from this funding.
True.
Let's take an example. Suppose you take 20 lakh rupees of funding and your burn rate is 2 lakh rupees per month. So this gives you runway of 10 months.
True.
Before 10 months, you need to raise the next round.
Yes.
So you need to raise the next round maybe in 7 months or 8 months maximum. ऐसा तो नहीं है जब खत्म हो जाएगा तब शुरू करेंगे. You can't do that. So 7th or 8th month you have to project that this will be another round, and for fueling all my expansion needs, I will raise another round of funding, and this will be the another round of funding at this particular valuation. So that is why people come to us and we prepare that. आपका काम हम आसान कर देते हैं. We do these documents and we will project that this will be the next valuation. Now I'll tell you the magic here. What happens? Now what happens is, suppose you raise the first round of funding for a valuation of 5 crores. Okay. Now somebody who has invested 10 lakh rupees with you at a valuation of 5 crores. Next round you will be raising at 10 crores, just simplifying it, right? So somebody who has invested 10 lakhs, his money will become 20 lakhs.
True.
How much time? In 6-7 months, the next round when you are raising, right? So they will sell off this equity for 18 lakhs or 17 lakhs. That is how they make money. No other investment in the world can give you this kind of return. That is why angel investors are interested in investing into startups. But most of the founders don't understand them how to give them the return projection. And that is why they fail in getting the funding. See, people invest because they want to make money.
True.
They don't invest because they think that they want to support you.
Correct.
Most of the founders make this mistake. They ask for support. Sir, support me. Give me some money. I will survive. I have to pay salaries. No. Nobody wants to put in money this way. All they want to put in money is into where they are perfectly fine about understanding how the return will come. Right? And that is the way this return comes up. We as a professional prepare those projections and show it to the investors and tell them, right, this is how we will give you returns. And then they ask us, Shishir, from where ये investor जो जिसको तुम बेचोगे share ये कहाँ से आएगा? And then we tell them that your fellow colleagues who are there in the community, we have created communities of investors. So we tell them there are few people who have missed the bus that time because they might not be having money or they might have invested somewhere. People who buy stocks, they keep on selling and buying again and again. So किसी ने बेचा, somebody must have sold the shares that moment and bought this particular share in the first round. Maybe somebody else will sell off a property or something, will buy in the second round, and this goes on and on till the VC round of funding, and then VC comes in, then PE comes in, and then finally the IPO. Right? Startup Lanes is there from the idea till IPO. We can launch. We have not done it yet, but we are creating the infrastructure. Within next 20 days, we'll be ready with the IPO infrastructure. We have tied up with the necessary investment bankers who are SEBI registered, who have done lot of IPOs in their previous past experience. So SL is one-stop shop to reach the IPO also, right? Within next 20 days, we will be ready with all that. So coming back to your point, second document, financial projection. Third is the valuation. People do ask me this question: how much equity I have to share? So this is something which is dependent upon your valuation. Until and unless you do the valuation, you will not get to know this, right? And do not go about having just vague valuations in your mind. My company is valued 20 crore or 50 crores. Do not go for that, because if you tell this to the investors, they will either laugh at you or they will think that you don't know anything, right? If you undervalue it, then also they will get to know that you don't know anything. If you overvalue it, then also they will get to know that you don't know anything. You're getting my point. Suppose, let's simplify it. Suppose the rate of gold is 50,000 rupees per 10 gram. If you ask for 30,000, then they will get to know that you are a novice. You don't know anything, right? If you ask for 1 lakh, then also they will get to know. Eventually, you will get what is the fair value or below that. That is how investment works, right? They will give you below the value. But if you know your valuation, then you can depict that I am not a novice. I understand everything and I am at par in the knowledge section at least, right? So
Correct.
Investors want to invest into those startups, especially those founders who understand how this value could be generated, right? They don't want anything from your business. You will not be giving them profits. All they want is you should be able to give them an exit. Exit is something which is again a jargon. Exit means successfully selling your shares for profit. Right? So when an angel investor is able to get at least 3 times return, then this is called a very good exit, right? Minimum 3 times. If I invest 10 lakh rupees, in next 3 months I am able to sell, or maybe 6 months I am able to sell for 30 lakhs, then I'm happy. I'm very, very happy, right? Because no other thing in this world can give us this kind of return. And that is why you must have seen all the founders who have successfully built their companies have started their investment arms, right? Bansal of Flipkart, Faninder Sama of Redbus, lot of people are there. They have understood how this works and they are investing. You can't make more money. See, forever life, founders put in their hard blood, sweat, right? But investors make far more money because they are smarter. And this is truth. You can also become investors later on. They are smarter. They don't do any physical work. They just put their money on work and they make hell lot of money, right? There are fools also in this industry. They are typically called fools because they don't know how to put in money. They make wrong decisions and they destroy the entire industry by telling, "Arey, ye to bekar hai, mera to paisa doob gaya," right? So that is what we need to create a balance both sides. Founders should understand how investment works. Investors should understand how this investment properly works and what value founders should bring in. When this is clear, both sides, then definitely it gets successful. So let me come back to the point. After having these 3 documents, you have pitched to SL team. We will prepare your research report, right?
Okay.
We will prepare a research report free of cost, no charge for it. Our only charge is success. Besides the success fee, is 1,000 rupees the legal fee that we charge, right?
Okay.
Document, if you get it done from us, there will be charges, but I'm talking about the funding part. For funding, no other upfront fee except 1,000 rupees, right? Once the mandate is signed, we will give you a date for promo. So you need to record a video and tell the investors in the video why they should invest with you. Simple. We will do all the editing, everything from our side, and we will show this research report and the promo video to all our investors. Those who are interested, they will say, okay, I want to join the demo day. Give me the joining link, right? On the demo day, you will be coming and pitching to those investors who have shown interest. After the demo day is over, we will float a commitment sheet. They commit the amount, whatever amount they are putting in, and you come back with the investment. Within 4 to 5 days, you get the money in your bank account, right? So that is the entire process end to end. And that's very simple process. It takes approximately 1 month from starting to getting funded. Provided that, let me tell you 5 basic points. First point, you should be able to convince the investors that your company is growing and you can generate value. Point number one, you should be able to convince the investors that your revenue is going to increase and you have existing revenue. This is point number two. Three, you should be able to convince the investors that you should be able to raise another round of funding. Most I have seen founders saying, "मुझे तो नहीं चाहिए इसके बाद पैसा. I don't need money." Never ever say that. Right? If you say that I will not be raising next round of funding, you are gone. This is gone, finished. Right? Fourth point, you should be able to project what you want to project appropriately. So your document should be made completely as per our subscribed format. If you don't make the documents as per the prescribed format, then definitely you will fizzle out. Right? Most of the founders do not take it seriously. Take it very, very seriously. That format has been created after 5-6 years of research. And the fifth point, if you are very, very confident during the demo day, very, very confident, right, then you come out with flying colors. But if you are, taking pauses, if you are getting sweat, if you are not feeling confident, if you are feeling like, shivering, then no matter how good you are, but this is gone, right? Because investors think that you are not confident or you are telling lie. This could happen. Right? So over the call, practice it. This is again a mistake people make. They don't practice, right? So practice it very well in advance. If you are doing that, definitely you come out with funding. And our last 3 or 4 sessions have been very, very successful. Each demo day has got a commitment. So last 4 weeks going very good. After the pandemic, this is the very right time, and we welcome everyone. We will raise funds for you. And one more point before I complete this: do not raise entire money in one go. If you are looking for 2 crores and your company is valued at 10 crores, then you end up sharing 20% of the equity, right? Do not do that. Divide it. Raise 25 lakh first for a valuation of 5 crores. Raise 50 lakhs for a valuation of 8 crores. Raise 75 lakhs for a valuation of 10 crores or 12 crores, right? And then raise 1 crore at a valuation of 20 crores. This way, you will be not having, when you finally see, you will be saving around 10 to 12% of your equity, right? So raising too much money at a particular valuation is bad. Very bad practice. This does not give any return to the investors and takes away a lot of your equity. So nobody is benefiting. You understand this? Nobody is benefiting. Having lot of tranches, dividing that into multiple rounds will give benefit to both your investor as well as you, because the investor who has invested at a 5 crore valuation, if he gets 10 crore valuation in the next round, he might put in more money, or he will feel very, very satisfied that my money has doubled. Right, so this guy will bring in more investors, and when your existing investor speaks with confidence, they will bring in more confidence from others. Right, so always remember this. Do not make this mistake of raising more capital in the first round itself. You have to divide. You may call it one round and many tranches, but do not expect everything to come in one go. You might not be able to utilize this money. Okay.
So when you say this thing that it should not be raised in the first round itself. So for example, if I have a projection that I would require 2 crores of funding in the seed round. So what do you mean? Like, should I break that 2 crores into, like, in the seed round, I should raise only 50 lakhs, or the 2 crores of amount should be divided into tranches? Like, for example, in the next 10 months.
Dividing into tranches.
Okay.
First of all, seed round is not what you are looking for. You are looking for a pre-seed. Seed means raising from the institutional investor, like venture capital. Okay. This is a pre-seed round when you raise from angel investors. First round you will be raising, suppose you are valued at 20 crores. Okay. Give discounts to the investors who put in 25 lakhs in the first round. Okay. So take a valuation of 5 crore only, so that your round becomes very, very fast. It gets fulfilled. Raising 25 will be very easy for you then, right? Instead of, you are already discounting by almost, 25% is less. right?
Hmm.
20 crore valuation comes to 5 crore valuation, and it's not going to hamper you, I'll tell you, right? Let them benefit, and this will also fill your round very fast. Then the second round at 10 crore valuation, this time you will be raising 50 lakhs, 50. Okay. So total money coming to your company 75 lakhs. Then next round you can raise 1.25 crores at a valuation of 20 crores, the normal valuation. So actually you are raising the maximum amount of money at the valuation that you wanted to, but you gave two rounds of investor the benefit of discounting. This is called discounting, right? And you saved a lot of money on your equity.
Okay. So one thing that the valuation report that you mentioned, so that valuation report should be coming from a CA who would be then
I'm
what?
sorry to say, this valuation by the CA is more of they consider the future projections of the asset, or they do DCF. Both the valuations are not appropriate. I'll tell you why. Because this valuation, like I'll tell you, in fact, I have created a new model called fair share model. There are 9 methods of valuation. I have created the 10th one, which has A to Z 26 points. We consider your intellectual property, we consider your competition, we consider the team capabilities, we consider your skill match, we consider your market growth rate, we consider your profitability, we consider your social media reviews. No other valuation in the world considers that, right? But suppose you are getting a bad review on Google, right? Do you think you get a good business? It's very, very difficult for a startup to get business when you have bad reviews, right? Somebody writes cheats, frauds, then you will not get good business. And if you have good reviews, you get good business. So A to Z 26 points are there. We do a fair share method of valuation, and this valuation will appropriately give you the fair idea. If you get a DCF valuation, investors might not accept it, or they will reject it as this might be not actually connected to what you are doing. So fair share valuation, investors accept. The best part with us is, in case you are not able to explain, and if you are raising through our investors, we explain it. We tell them how we have arrived to this valuation, right? So you will get definitely more valuation, a better valuation, if you go for the fair share valuation method.
So any resources for understanding this method and making the valuation? Any resources?
See, there is, unfortunately, this is a very complicated topic, but I'll try to explain you. Valuation is based upon 3 things. It's like a box. Okay. Suppose you have a carton, a box. You put gold inside the box. It takes the value of the gold. You put 100 grams of gold, right? It will be sold for 100 grams worth of gold, right? Similarly, if you put in fixed deposit, it will take the current value as well as the value that is coming in future, the maturity value of that FD, right? Similarly, if you have a watch is given to you by your friend who's from Germany, and you don't know which brand it is, but it is something which is important to you, okay, and you need to sell it. You put that watch in the box, right? And somebody comes up and say, I will give you 500 rupees. Will you sell it? You will say no. If you give me more than 20,000, I will sell it, else not. So this is also based upon your expectations, right? So all this plus how people think about it, right? That is also important. So we create a mix of all this, and this is a complicated process. A lot of research goes in behind to find out, right? Suppose if you say that I am into a segment, let us say a very simple one, cement, right? So how we have to find out whether the prices of cement will increase or decrease in the future. We have to find out that whether the profitability will increase or decrease, right? So everything has to be appropriated, and we have to find out. Then we arrive to this valuation, and there is a lot of exercise, right? So it's something only a valuer can do it, and these valuers have a lot of experience while they do it. So that leave it to an expert. This is what I would recommend. If you get the wrong valuation, then you fizzle out in the entire thing.
Okay. So at the moment, as far as pitch deck is concerned, the financial valuation are concerned, so pitch deck, I will definitely go to your website and verify that what we have designed is as per the your standard or not. That is one thing. For financial valuation, what is the number of years projection that is expected? I mean, 3,
nothing
5.
is expected. You just have to make as as per your next round of funding, right? 18 months is something which is the industry norm, but it is not the standard, right? It is just a norm. So you can make it 18 months or 2 years, whatever you feel like.
So when you say 85% of the money should be invested in the promotion and marketing expense, so what about the sales team who's there on ground and
We are left out with 15 minutes, so let me complete this and then I will move to the other one because so many people are waiting in line. Okay?
Yeah.
So 85% of your funding should go to customer acquisition. Means suppose you are raising 1 crore, 85 lakhs or more should go to the digital marketing. Right.
Okay.
This is just to simplify that. Okay.